Welcome to the service clinic at Low Country Harley-Davidson. I'm Doc Harley. I've got 3 ways of checking a tire pressure. The old stick way we all grew up with, then the new modern dial indicator, and then now we have this. This is a tire pressure monitor sensor. Ever since 2016, Harley-Davidson has installed the tire pressure monitor system in their CVO models, and in the new 2020 Harley-Davidson Touring models equipped with the RDRS system, the Reflex Defensive Rider System. One of the components of the RDRS system is the tire pressure monitoring system. I bring this up because I've received several emails asking, how does the tire pressure system work and what affects it? So here's my explanation. The tire pressure sensor, in your tire, sends data to the RF antenna underneath your seat. The RF antenna picks up the information and sends it to the BCM, the body control module. The body control module processes the data and then sends that to the infotainment center, the odometer display, and the fault lamp. The infotainment center and the odometer display low pressure readings, warnings of low pressure, retrofitted failure, and sensor battery life concerns. Now, because of the many points of data that is transferred from this monitor, it cannot be retrofitted or put on other models. It only comes with the CVO models in the past. All right, so talking about the tire pressure sensor modes. There are 3 modes that this sensor is in. When it arrives at the dealership, it is in the test mode. It's not on because there's a limited battery life inside this sensor. So it comes not turned on. When it comes to the dealership to install in a tire, we have this tool to turn it on and also to test it. Once it is inside, then there's drive mode. Drive mode is activated when you are going 25 miles per hour for at least 20 seconds. The information is sent back from the tire monitor sensor, is sent back to the BCM at 64-second intervals. The last mode is park mode. When your motorcycle rests for at least 7 minutes or more, the data collection is a lot less frequent, so the batteries are saved. So the frequent time is every 4 hours, and that's after it's been sitting for 7 minutes or more. And this is the mode that your motorcycle is when you turn it on. It's in park mode. So it has the data what was 4 hours ago. So when you start going 25 miles or more for 20 seconds, then it gets the new updated pressure. All right. The data from your TPMS transfers and intervals in the different modes. So it is not to be used as a tire pressure gauge. You go to your tire pump or your compressor and you're trying to fill your tires and check it doesn't send it that frequent, so you are more than likely going to be overinflated or underinflated if you're trying to use your tire pressure monitor system on your bike. It's better to use a very accurate stick or dial that you know is correct, and then let the monitor continue on when it's in the drive mode. All right, now you have to understand that temperature has a lot to do with the effects on the tire pressure sensor. All right, the factory sets up in your manual, your owner's manual, you'll have a chart in the CVO manuals, of course. And in this manual, it says that the cold pressure, when you're checking it in the garage or outside, is at 68 degrees. That's what they say. Let's say your front tire is at 38 degrees, 38 psi, and your back tire is at 40 psi. All right, that's what's printed in your manual. Now, if the temperature is hotter outside, every 10 degrees hotter than 68 degrees, you're supposed to add 1 psi to the amount that is in your tires. So that's what you're monitoring in the tire pressure monitor system. So you have to kind of juggle around the pressure in it to be in the range that that tire pressure monitor system is recording. Now, if you're in the Arab countries and it's 110 degrees, well, 52 is the maximum PSI that this tire pressure system can handle. After that, you're probably going to get a blank on your tire pressure until it's below that. Cold temperatures, of course, you've probably seen in your cars. Yeah, what was 68 degrees inside your garage, when you go outside and your car is sitting there, the air condenses, and of course, it's going to be a little bit less. Don't make judgments until you're driving the motorcycle. and the tire heats up with the air, and it should be within your range. Good things to know about the tire pressure monitor system. If you have a hole, let's say a nail goes into your tire, or you hit a pothole and damage to your rim, all right, it takes 3 psi for the fault to come on. When it sees that immediate, the fault comes on and says, hey, you got a big problem. If you have a very small leak, then it probably will not show up on the tire pressure monitor system till the next frequency of transmission of data. So a very slow leak isn't going to show up till probably, especially if you're in park mode that night, it goes every 4 hours, it won't show up till the next morning. So keep that in mind on it. Let's see, each motorcycle comes with its own particular sensor. There is a rear sensor and a front sensor. You cannot mix those. And there is a sensor for different size wheels. So if you have a 16-inch wheel and you're putting an 18-inch wheel on the front for customization, you can't use the 16-inch wheel sensor because it was calibrated for that wheel. Calibration is also affected by air. The factory sets up the tire pressure monitor sensor with regular air. If you're one of these guys that love to use 100% nitrogen in your tires, you're going to have inaccurate readings because it wasn't calibrated at the factory with nitrogen. It was calibrated with regular air. All right, the tire pressure monitor system, the tire valve, it's angled, so don't try to rotate it to get it to the other side to check the tire pressure. If you rotate it, you'll break the seal and you'll have a slow leak. Also, tires are balanced, you know, from the factory and at the shop on a tire machine. Don't put balancer liquid in or a sealer inside your tires. That will hurt and ruin the sensor inside the tires. I hope this information has helped you understand the tire pressure monitor system. As always, if you have any more questions, please post them on YouTube or send me an email. I'm Doc Harley. We'll see you next week.